Welcome back, my friends. We are in the studio yet again, Suno Studio. We're going to make a very quick recording. We're going to experiment with a little bit of bebop jazz kind of feel. And we're going to see if Suno can hold up to the twists and turns. Three key changes overall, and many tricky little bits in between. So, what I'm going to do, as usual, is show you what I'm up to in Suno. I've already got all the platforms set up. Jazz Experiment is going to be the title of this one. It's going to be at 315 BPM, and you're going to hear a little bit of the metronome coming through the speakers and a little bit of the piano as well. It's going to be extremely rapid, and then I'm also going to show you the top view. So I'll show you what's going on the keyboard for those of you keyboard aficionados who want to see what I'm up to. Make sure there was no cheating. You'll be able to see it overhead. All right. So I'll show you all of this stuff, and I'll show you this as well as we proceed. Are you ready? All right, let's get rolling. So this is 315 BPM. I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit before I start playing. Here we go. Be a nice intro. And this is the overhead view. All right. Well, you heard it. And I think I had two versions here for some reason. There seems to have been a previous version, which I'm just going to hide. I'm just going to hide this panel. Hide take lanes. So we just got one take we're looking at. All right, here we go. Let's get back into Suno. So we're looking at this take. And let's see how well it stayed on meter. I'm not sure it was exactly on meter right from the get-go. It is incredibly quick. So I'm going to have to take that in a little bit up here. And I'm going to have to hold down the control key and just slide it onto the meter right there. You see right over there? That's where it needs to begin. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and okay, there would have been a better place. So it could do with a little bit of doctoring. Let me move it to this one. It might be better over here. And if we make the lines a bit bigger, it will become more evident where it needs to be. So it's a little bit over. Let's try to get it as on as possible. All right, let's see if it got it. It might actually need to be a little bit over the line, come to think of it. Or maybe not. All right, this should be rather interesting. This is like the ultimate test for the tool because it's a very challenging tempo and very challenging music in and of itself. So let's give this a name. This is going to be drums. And, maybe I should just throw in the bass as well. So why don't we just prompt it? Let's call it drums. But knowing how Suno works, let's just say Bebop punchy. Oops, not so quick. Punchy bebop drums with brushes and sticks with a drive-in raw uh, raw bottom and acoustic bass. Let me try and game the system. Buy one, get one free. If it's going to give me extra, then I might as well just prompt for extra. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say horns, syncopated rhythm with a wild, boisterous tenor sax, high energy from drum rolls and cymbals, acoustic bass slurs up to an octave, and up to a fifth, and octave up or down. I'm thinking of Ron Carter, one of my favorite bass players. He's a master of the slurs. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. So let me copy this and let me see how much it gives me back. I want to see how I can beat Suno to its own game, because if it's going to give me everything in one prompt, that might actually be an easier feat. You know what I'm saying? Than as opposed to having to prompt for every single thing. But if it doesn't give me the sax, I'm willing to go back in there and just paste the prompt that I put in there in the beginning. All right, this is going to be fun. Let's see what happens. And Suno is painting its pretty little picture. I just like seeing the way the waveform comes in. It's like, a painter, isn't it? Pretty remarkable. All right, let's let the test begin. Here we go. It's always so much fun listening to what it does. Here we go. Uh-oh. All right, so it's not quite got the memo. This is not quite the groove. This is kind of more like funk. It's not really bebop. Let's check out this one. See if we got this. Yeah, it didn't get the feel. While this isn't bad, but it seems to be missing that feel. That feel. So I gotta help it somehow. I gotta give it something to kickstart its recognition of the style I'm looking for, because I don't think it's getting it. It's not getting it. So let's move this down a little bit. I always welcome a challenge. You got to train your minion so that it doesn't act unruly. My minion is acting unruly now. So let's move it back, 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 back. And I'm thinking I might need to feed it a bebop track for it to really know what I'm talking about. So let me do this. Let's add a track. Add this track in, and this is going to be I'll just call it model drums, because it is not getting the memo. It's not getting the memo, and I got to get it to 315 BPM. So let me try and get this to 315. 315 thereabouts. And this is the advantage of having when you have a keyboard that is able to do all this stuff. It just helps you to be able to better prompt. This is what I was talking about, audio prompts. So over here, I'm trying to get the Bebop. We're going to get this to 315. It's going to be very quick by the time I'm done. So this is kind of what I'm looking for. Let me unmute it so you can hear it here. That's kind of what I'm looking for. See? Yeah. Very challenging. Okay. So what I'm going to do is try my best to get the drum beat to go as soon as it's time. So let me see. Come on, metronome. Okay. It's not sounding out. Let me put this, take this off, select the keyboard, turn that on. Okay. Okay. Let me see why the metronome is sounding a little bit quiet, because I need to hear the metronome for this to work. Let's see what's going on. So, my friends, in trying to get the metronome to behave itself, it finally came up with this. Something went wrong. An error has occurred. Please try refreshing the page. I'm going to refresh the page. Let's see what happens, because if I keep getting this error, I'm just going to have to... Yeah. Still not. So the metronome isn't cooperating. But this is actually a good masterclass on what to do. I've recorded my piano track. I am not looking to do this again. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to try and get it to sync somehow with the keyboard that I've already played. So let's go all the way back here. And yeah, let's just start recording. And I'm going to just get this drum track. Yeah, it's queued into 315. So I'm just going to play what I've done and try and get them all to sync. So let's hope for the best. Here we go. Let's record. funny how the metronome came on halfway. Okay. Well, this is a beast of a track. It's a very challenging track, that's for sure. It's gonna need a whole lot of help, especially since all of a sudden the metronome came on midway. I don't understand that. That's just weird. But coming back in here, trying to unravel what could have happened and how to deal with this. Let me just play these two. Okay, let's try it from the beginning. It's extremely unruly. But I think I can handle it. I think I can handle it. We got to zoom in and see the start point. Where is the start point? Ah, there we go. All right, so judging from how complex this song is, beat-wise, I'm beginning to think follow track might be better. I'm beginning to think that. And I'm hoping that if I just give the tool enough of the beat, it's gonna learn the beat itself and catch on. Yeah. Because you see that portion right there, if I can feed it, yeah. I think I can use that. It's crazily fast. Okay, somewhere around there it started going off. So if I can, let's get rid of this, even though it's nice, but this is not gonna do the job. Actually, let's just delete it altogether. Let's add a new drum track. Bebop drums. add a new drum track, and let's try to get some good behaviors from the drum track I put there to kind of train it. So we'll have a little bit of an intro, and then, oh, that's a long intro. We don't want that. No, that's too long. Let's say just a little bit before. Maybe a little bit of a drum solo before, just a little bit before. Because we don't want it going off the beaten path, doing what it shouldn't. If you give it too much runway, it goes a little bit odd sometimes. So yeah, that should be good. Just like that. And here we go. Yeah. Okay. Let me just ask for. I'm a bit nervous just asking for drums because sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen with the other instruments. Let's try this and see what happens. I got more than enough credits to play with, so let Suno do its thing. All right, the time of reckoning. Let's see. Oops. Let's see what it's done. Are you ready for surprise or disappointment? It's going to be one or the other. Here we go. Uh-oh. Woo! We're in business. Crazy. Woo! This is sick. Are you hearing those key changes? This is ridiculous. Woo! Look, if that doesn't prove to you folks who know what that kind of music entails, we're talking about 350 BPM. Are you kidding me? Right on the money. What? I can barely believe what just happened. Now I know at the end it went a little bit off, but that's okay. I can sort that out. I know what to do to sort that out. I cannot believe what I just heard. That was sick. What? Okay, let's see the take lanes because now I want to know what happened here. Gotta I gotta check out both versions. Oh my goodness, that was something else. Oh my goodness, Suno. I don't even know the folks at Suno understand how crazy their tool is. I don't think they understand. I don't think they know. Because if they know, they're not gonna let anyone just come in and bully them. You know what this means? This is anyway. I gotta calm down. Let me listen. Wow. Fast. Okay. So this version too, I see what happened to it. It got off a little bit. It's off the meter a little bit. And you can see there is, yeah, if you take a look at one and you take a look at two, you can see there's phasing in and out of the beat. But version one seems to have gotten it a lot better. So this is going to be a little bit of a surgical operation to get the last part right. But let me listen to the very beginning again. I cannot believe what I just heard. Here we go. Woo! Right on the money. Now, let me stop for a minute and acknowledge the crazy intelligence of this thing. You know, we say artificial intelligence, but a number of things fascinate me. First of all, I took it off the metronome, as you can see here. It wasn't on manual anymore. I put it on follow, and this thing is following the tempo at which I'm playing, making corrections, and understanding all the key changes. So I went, for those of you keyboard nerds, I went from a C, pretty much a C minor, right, to a D minor, and then to an E minor. I went from here, excuse me, here to here to here. And it was following me every step of the way, following the beat, following the key changes. I'm sorry, I'm just blown away. Look, if you understand the training needed to do this, I think you will doff your hat, just like I do. So I just give a round of applause to Suno. I think you guys are crazy. I don't know what you fed this thing, but I think everyone who works in this place is crazy in a good way, because this is mind blowing to me. It's ridiculous to me. I cannot even imagine how they got this tool to do what it's doing. Maybe one day they'll tell us. Maybe. But this is mind blowing. Somewhere around here, there's some funky business going on around here. Somewhere here, we got to sort that out, and then we're gonna be okay. Come on. Oh, here. Okay. Come on, let's split it. Let's split this one as well. This. All right, let's do this. I'm actually trying to collapse it all the way. Let's see if I can do this on just this one. Can I? Okay. So I can mute just that little place there. And for this, I want to mute everything that came before. And for this, I want it to play. All right, so let's see. Let's see how we can graft this on. pressing the wrong thing. This, okay. So this needs to be a little bit, just a tiny bit, maybe like that. I am guessing. Let's see if that remedied it. Okay, it's a little bit late in a few places. So let's try again. Okay, it's a little bit late here. So if I can just move it up a little bit. Let's see. Is ill. This is ill. This is ill. This is about the illest of the illest. This is as ill as it gets. What? I cannot believe that Suno kept up with a 315 BPM track. And what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to do with myself at this point other than just shake my head in shock and amazement. All right. Well, let's hide that and let's see what I can do with this thing. Let's see what can I do with this. Yeah, why don't we get crazier here, right? Let's extract those stems. All detected stems. Ah. All right, let me move out of the way because I know you can't see what I'm doing, and it is important that you see what I'm doing. So what I did is I clicked on this like that, and I did extract all detected stems, and look at it. It's really going to town here. I can see drums, bass. There's no guitar. There's obviously saxophone, woodwinds. Wow. I'm like a kid in a candy store, I'm telling you. This is going to be fun. Let's give it some time. Oh, look, it's already done it. It's done it. Let's listen. Those drums are crazy. You see, this is the problem, the artifacty bits. But I think there may also be a percussion track, the way I'm hearing it. Yeah, there's something missing, and I think it's here in the percussion. Yeah. Yeah, you can hear that. FX, there were no effects. We really shouldn't have FX. But definitely the sax, I know that's going to be coming much further down the pike. So this is a very good lesson to learn in interpolation of these Suno generated stem tracks. Because what I can do now is just request just drums like that. Boom. So now I'm supposed to have just drums. I can also just throw in the percussion, a track below that, and let me just color code them because I want to be able to keep track of them. I want to be able to know what's what. Oh, you see that? See the percussion? So we see some waveform here and nothing for the rest of the track. We see the drums. Let's look for the bass now. Let's go back to the original. The bass. This is going to be fun. I love what the bass I heard. This is going to be fun. Woo! A little bit on the artifacty side, but I'm going to be forgiving of Suno all through today. I ain't complaining. Are you kidding me? I ain't complaining. This is world class stuff. And the sax. Oh my goodness. That is going to be fun to listen to. Come on. Let's go saxophone. All right. So you see, I didn't just go insert all because there's some that I'm not really sure of of whether I need those tracks. They may just present a little bit more artifacty stuff. So here we go. Let's hear. Okay, we gotta take them one by one. So there's woodwinds. Uh, there's bass. There's percussion. Okay, let's do drums first and see if we can get a decent. It's just so realistic. It's it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What? I still can't get over it. Yeah, percussion. Gotta pan it up to the right somehow. Okay, bass. And that was it. Isn't that crazy how Suno generates these stems sometimes? Isn't that crazy? So let's just go ahead and split. And let's just delete that because there's absolutely nothing there. That could be unwanted noise if you got that going all through. So let's listen again. You can even hear it's as though the drummer is like with the left foot putting that hi-hat on, to keep the time. It's so realistic. It's really unbelievable. This saxophone is crazy. Let's try and get it under some sort of control. Get it under some sort of control. All right. And what I typically do when I have a track like this, I just cut it just so if there was any unnecessary noise prior to where it starts, I wouldn't have to hear that. All right, let's check it out. I'm going to use the EQ to kind of round it out. It's a little bit boisterous and it's got a little bit of reverb as well. Let's check this out again. All over the place. All over the place. Come on. Okay. Let's try and match it up with the piano. So, where it starts, like here, I'm actually inclined to just use the second track or to do some doctoring, do a little bit of doctoring here. Split. No. I just want to get the volume down a little bit, just a little bit where it came in. And let me see if I can do that. I've never really tried to get the volume down for just one part of it. Let me see if this would work. Oh, it doesn't. I gotta get it back to where it was. Okay. Although maybe the volume. Let me see how this works. So if I take this down, so you can adjust just the clip. See, there's a difference if I press this clip, you can see the volume is minus 6.3, but if I press this clip, it's 0. So I can adjust the volume because I've split it. So where the saxophone comes in, I want the piano to go from a 0 decibel to about maybe a minus 6. Let's check it out. Let's listen. Because this is all solo piano. Okay, come on, woodwinds. That's it. All right, I think this is good. So for those folks who are asking, since I have EQ now, does it mean that I'm out of the woods as far as I don't need to go to LANDR, I don't need to master? No, this is not mastering. This is just balancing it out. And because I'm doing more like acoustic stuff, I could get away with it. But if I was doing like a hip hop or a pop or a rock, I would definitely need my reverbs, my delays, more control over things like that. So I would definitely have had to take this into a DAW. But because I'm not working on a major release right now, I'm just doing a mix, just balancing stuff out. And if I really wanted to make this a release, I would probably have to take this out, and either I could probably get by mastering it without having to do a whole remix. Although I would have liked a little bit of reverb in some parts, but yeah, you definitely want to master. Still got to go through the mastering process. This is just a very rough mix at that. All right, let's listen to what we've got so far. Okay, it's almost there. Just some evening out needed. So one more time. That reverb is so unnecessary. You see, I actually prefer the entire thing. I think it sounds better. Yeah, there's something missing in these drums. So let me show you a trick. I'm gonna send this all the way to the left. Listen to the beginning. I'm gonna send this all the way to the right. It has some value, but it doesn't replace this. I'm gonna have to split it again because where it changes, where the beat changes, requires a little elevation of volume somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere here. All right, let's split that and let's raise it just a little. Using the clip functionality, let's take it back around to 0. And let's listen. Okay, not bad if I may say so myself. Few other things I'm hearing in this jam. I'm hearing some other bits and pieces. Okay. So like right here, where the fun is just beginning, I think we can put in, uh, let's make sure there's nothing here. Okay. I think I can put in some horns like here. Yeah, right there. Right there. Let's see where it stops. Yeah, like around there. I'm hearing some horns. Let's put in some brass. Let's put in some brass here. Brass. Um, I gotta save that. This prompt was crazy. I gotta save it. I gotta save the prompt somewhere. I know it's saved in Suno, but just for my safekeeping. All right. So this is gonna be we'll just say uh, jazzy syncopated bebop horns. We're just gonna say trumpet, sax. Actually, let's just make it horns. Let's see if it will comply, because I know I'm asking it for brass, but let's say Barry. A Barry sax would be crazy here. Let's just spell it out. Baritone sax. Uh, flugel horn. Um, muted trumpet. Alto sax. And trombone. Trombone. Okay. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, as opposed to just doing only that little piece, maybe I can get it to do the entire thing and I can cut what I like and leave out what I don't like. All right, let's go ahead and hit create. Boom. Okay. Just going to change the color of that one so it doesn't look like it's the same thing. All right, let's see what Suno's going to do. All right, my friends, we've been going for 1 hour and 10 minutes, thereabouts. Crazy. Let's see what the brass section is going to deliver. Let's just do a solo and listen. So it snuck in another bass. This isn't. That sounds good. Okay. We got a dilemma. I knew I couldn't trust it. Let's listen again. This part's good. Okay. So I need to just chop off everything else from here. All right, let's go ahead and just split it. Come on, let's split it. Okay. So I'm just going to mute the entire thing here, and this will survive. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Okay, so it's almost there. So it just needs to be dragged a little bit. Just a little bit. Uh, maybe in this direction. There we go. Just what the doctor ordered. Exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. One more time. Nope. Okay. Maybe a little bit louder. One more time. Hmm. You see, there's actually a lot of gems in this thing. Oh my goodness. If only I could get it. I might have to stem this thing. You see, this is a dilemma when you're talking about stems from here, because I shouldn't have bass on this, but I do. Let's play the solo thing. I need that bass. That's nice. It's even presented some drums as well. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm gonna just get the end. I know the end's gonna be dramatic. This is so unfair. Why do I need a bass here? I gotta extract the stems. Oh, here we go again. The never-ending project. Um, yeah, let's just do all detected stems. It's like there's no escape. I gotta muscle it out. Otherwise, I'll be leaving razzle dazzle on the table. I ain't gonna do that. I gotta get everything that's being delivered, all that great sound. I'm hoping that I'll be able to split out just the brass and the woodwinds at the very most. I don't want it to give me, well, brass woodwinds, I can take those and then leave the bass. No, I don't need the bass. I don't need the drums. I don't need the keys. The FX. Hopefully, there's no FX because that drives one nuts. Okay. Hopefully, no synth. Equally drives one nuts. Thank goodness. No synth. All right. Brass. Okay. And woodwinds. Woodwinds. None. Huh. All right. Let's throw in the brass. And let's throw in the woodwinds and see if the waveform tells us something different. Yes, the waveform does tell us something different. Ah. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's listen. Okay. Let's just do solo. Let's hear it. Okay, very interesting. So there's part of it that's out of sync, but nothing that cannot be tidied up. Once we zoom in, get it under the microscope. Okay, so that's a little bit too early. I'm going to move it back. Still a bit too early. Move it back again. Now it's a little bit too late. Okay. All right. It really is a game, isn't it? I really hope it gets to the point where things are ironed out. But just judging from the nature of this music, there's so many possibilities and areas where there could be dropouts that I think it might just be the way the tool is, and we're going to have to muscle it out as musicians, as producers, and patience is the name of the game. But it's worth it, I would say. Okay, so I like the back and forth to some degree. Let's try and get some of that high down a bit. Brass can be quite boisterous in these regions and may need to be brought down a little bit. So let's split that. That's crazy. It's following the piano note for note. Pretty ill. Pretty ill. Unbelievable. All right, let's mute that. That's sick. What on earth? That is ridiculous. That is just illegal. I'm sorry, that is illegal. Where did that woodwind come out of? Where did it come from? Trying to upstage my piano piece, but it sounds good. That's the weird thing about it. It sounds good on top of that. think it's a worthy addition. It's a worthy addition. Let's try it out for a little bit. Just a little bit. It's so much into the right. I need to move it a little bit to the left. Let's see if I can make this a mono track. Can I make it mono? There must be a way to do that. Okay. I'm going to have to worry about this later. Yeah, I would have liked to make that a full-blown solo. So I might revisit this and okay. There's a lot of good stuff here. All right. This is one of the jazz forms or the music genres that requires so much effort, especially if you want it to sound sensible and authentic. You gotta put in that work. Here we go. Yeah, so all this part, while this is good, let me mute this, see what's actually going on here. That's actually quite nice. Wow. I think it's copying my comping. That is ridiculous. Okay, not exactly, but it's doing its Okay, let's get rid of this. So let's split this. There's some good stuff here, but it's not coming out because the volume needs to be louder. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I could lift the clip volume because those are some good. So let's go up. Something's happening up there. Actually, this. All right, I see. I think I overdid this. So, oops. I might have overdone this. Oops. I need to move it back a bit. This one. I rounded off the volume much too much on that. I shouldn't have done that. No. Now I don't know how to fix it without spoiling everything else. I don't know how to round it back. Let's see. Maybe I could use. Can I use this? It's that fade in, you see. I don't want it to fade in. And I'm not sure what heel edits will do. Does anyone know? I don't want to mess it up because it's sounding so good. But I can see what happened right there. See? You see that? It's kind of fading in, and I don't want it to do that. I'm sure there's going to be some Suno junkies who know what I should do. See, it's not even letting me grab that part anymore. I can grab up there, down here. Did I fix it? I don't think I did. No. Okay, this is taking a little bit too long. So I'm just going to leave it as is. I've learned my lesson. I think what I could do is maybe unmute this little place here. I can unmute there on the clip and thereby get a little bit of the volume. Okay. Yeah, I'll just tone it down a little bit on the volume. But I think that's the remedy. Okay, I want to make sure it doesn't get too boisterous. So Okay, I'm going to just cut out here. Oh, so there's some nice hits here. We will mute this piece, and this piece will survive. Some really nice parts here. And yeah, I've tried to tame it. Maybe that's why I'm not hearing them that much. Okay, so a little boisterous over there. So, gonna mute some of these, otherwise it's a little bit too much. Okay, we gotta split it here. This is a good place for those hits. Okay, let's mute this. Now this sounds like it could be fun. Okay. Okay, just a little bit too early. Now a little bit late. Maybe on that. That's not a major key. Who's going major on that one? Who's the culprit? I guess it's the brass. Yeah, it's got to be the brass. Or I should say, yeah, this brass. That's the culprit. Yeah, it did sound a little bit majorish there, like like a major something, just not completely right. I know some of my scholars can tell me what chord that was. Ah, this does sound sour in a good way, but also spurious. Yeah. Okay, it sounds like it's got this really weird sound about it, like it's minor and a major at the same time. Okay. I think I'm going to take it and run just as is. Otherwise, we're going to be here all day and all night. So let's go back to the beginning, all the way back. Let's listen. Let's bring them in bit by bit. Drums. That drums. Okay, that's the panned bass. This is the main one. Okay, and honestly, that's as real as it gets. To the naysayers who said, it's stealing, it's stealing. Yeah, tell me what I stole here. Because this was my jam from beginning to the end. All I had was a backing band, crazy sax, crazy drummer, and they made it pop. Pretty ridiculous. All right, well, we've gotten to that point. I'm going to cook this thing one more time in the Suno Oven. I know it's perfectly imperfect. It's not pristine. It's got some blemishes, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Export, full song, warts and all, but it's as real as it could get, you know. Um, I think it's a totally different level of composition, right? It's a totally different level of composing where you are the composer, but you're composing as you go along, and you have the help of artificial intelligence to make it more robust and as pleasing as you want it to be. But as you can see, this is going to almost 2 hours on one song, just one song. And I've tried my best to not be in a hurry, but we're going to listen to the final. We're going to listen to the final thing. I'm actually going to do a little mastering on it, and then you're going to hear it. All right, my friends. So after a lot of hard work, I got the album cover, well, single cover, you could say. And I have also got it on its way. It's on its way through DistroKid to the world. Now we're going to have the pleasure of listening to it. Are you ready? Well, I guess we're going to check it out now. Let's hear what the final sounds like. This has now been taken into LANDR, it's been mastered, and this is what it sounds like. right, my friends, now you have seen the journey from the beginning to the eventual end. And it's been quite a journey. It's going to probably 4 hours I've been cranking this stuff out, but it's been well worth it. You know, when you work on stuff like this, you just have to go into it for the long haul, and you have to be ready for, to face whatever happens. For those who missed the very beginning, um, it's been quite a dramatic evolution from starting off on the piano, not getting the drums to sync, having to do it all over again, jumping back and forth between here, the computer, just a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, it finally paid off. And yep, we have it. We've done it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Drop some comments in the chat. Or if you are watching it with me in the premiere, you can always put it in the live chat. All right. Well, you take care, my friends. Thanks for joining me on the long haul. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now. Au revoir.